Prime Minister, the Australian people cannot believe how incompetent and weak your government has been over the last 2.5 years. Your government wasted $450 million on The Voice and divided our country. And on economic and energy policies, you've done nothing but drive up the prices of everything. Prime Minister, why not call an election now to put Australians out of their misery and allow a competent coalition government to get our country back on track?
It's not the first time that the Leader of the Opposition has called for an election, because he said we should have an election because we wanted to give a tax cut to every taxpayer. That was before he rolled over and had his tummy tickled and voted for it. Mr. Speaker. And now he's suggesting that we should have an election, I don't know, New Year's Day. New Year's Day. Talk about in touch. But he's got form when it comes to recklessly mouthing off, Mr. Speaker. Remember, in the lead-up last year to Australia Day, he demanded a boycott of Australia's largest employer, Woolworths, because they didn't stock the right thongs. He dumped his own 2030 targets without warning his party.
The member for Hume.
He talks about a referendum. He's promised another one. Mr. Speaker. He hasn't mentioned it since, but he made that commitment before the election. He said that one of his nuclear reactors would produce a Coke can's worth of radioactive waste. Well, he was wrong by a factor of, wait for it, 12,500. 12,500. He called for a national ban on TikTok before he set up his own account, Mr. Speaker. If you can't ban him, join him. That's his approach, Mr. Speaker. His schemes are half-baked. He has nothing but anger and recklessness. He has no costings, no detail for any policy that he is putting forward. Policy positions that barely survive around breakfast TV. I don't know what he'll do next week when Ray retires, Mr. Speaker. His Thursday mornings, those tough interviews, I don't know what he'll do. Because there's no accountability from this bloke, no accountability, no hope from him, just note to everything. No hope, just note. And him, of all people, has the hide to speak about division with his record. Of seeking to divide people, whether it was the African community in Melbourne, whether it was all the other comments that he has made, his whole history of seeking to divide Australians, everything he has done points towards that. He's made a career on being angry and pointing at other people and saying you should be angry about them. That is who this bloke's character is, and the Australian people know it.
Order. Prime Minister's time has concluded.